This video is sponsored by PokemonStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCGO code cards. Looking for that last card to complete your deck, or just to get the latest booster packs in town like Chilling Ring, for example. You can use the coupon code ZapDoesTCG for 5% off your complete order. How fantastic is that? Also, this video is sponsored by cardmarket.com. This is a European platform where you're gonna be able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. I personally use it every single day, and they even have old school cards for the collectors out there. Last but not least, this video is also sponsored by yourplaymat.com. This is a website where you're gonna be able to create your own unique custom playmat. Use the coupon code ZapDoesTCG10YP for 10% off your complete order, or just click the link in the description below to create your own fantastic playmat for the new season. Anyhow, thanks for sticking around with the commercials. I'll see you guys in a bit, so see you then. Yeah, Zap's brag, bringing brand new raps, evolving skies, let's spit some facts. Yes, it's true, Rayquaza smacks, but there's even a better VMAX. Let's talk about the evolution, shall we? Your bench is just not quite ready. That Umbreon, that's freaking scary, gusting up, and it wins, it's deadly. Or how about the Leafeon? On paper it does look really strong, consistency it has going on, and well, there's gone, so you can't go wrong. Yes, of course the dragons are now back, no weakness, what the heck is that? Can anyone keep them in check? Let's discover the best card of the set. Yes, the top 20 best cards of Evolving Skies. Let's freaking go! What's up YouTube, it's ZapDoesTCG here, and welcome back to our TCG video on my channel. I am finally back from vacation. I actually took a 2-week break, and today we are back with the Evolving Skies, the top 20 best cards of the set. These are cards that we're gonna have to look forward to. The set comes out on the 27th of August. I'm very looking forward to a lot of these cards. New archetypes are gonna come into the format. Think about Regidrago, Suicune V, Rayquaza VMAX. A lot of these new archetypes will be very fun to be playing around with. A big shout out to TaloniteX on Twitter to actually provide the English scans used in this video. Very nice and easy for new people to understand what the new cards are going to be doing, because otherwise we would have needed to use Japanese scans and with some English text here and there. This is way better. So yeah, hopefully you guys are excited for this video. If you are, be sure to let me know by destroying the hell out of that like button. If you are yeah, looking forward to Evolving Skies. Of course, this is going to be comprised of 3 Japanese sets, so we're gonna have a huge set for sure, a lot of secret rares as well. Of course, the Eeveelutions are here, Rayquaza and more, but let's just do this countdown and let's just get this video started right from the get-go. No honorable mentions. There could be some honorable mentions here and there, but these are just my top 20 best cards that I personally think are going to have an impact in the format. If your opinion is different, be sure to let me know by dropping a comment in the comment section below. Maybe we can get a discussion started on why a specific card should be included or excluded from this specific list. Without further ado, I present to you the top 20 best cards of Evolving Skies. Number 20 is going to be Pumpkaboo. Yeah, this is going to be fantastic. Do you remember Marshadow from Unbroken Bonds with a resetting whole ability, being able to discard stadium cards in play? Of course, saw a lot of play with, of course, Chaotic Swell, but now with Path to the Peak shuts down the Underworld door of the, Shadow Galarian VMAX. It shuts down the ability of Rayquaza VMAX, shuts down Umbreon VMAX, shuts down a lot of abilities in the game right now. And you also like stuff like Crobat V, Eldegoss V, all those things are shut down thanks to Path to the Peak. You want to have an easy answer? Well, just slide this Pumpkaboo into your Shadow Galarian VMAX deck, and you don't ever have to worry about Path to the Peak, because we have Quick Ball, we have Fog Crystal, easy searchable, just like Marshadow was. Instead of just slapping it down on the bench wherever you feel like, and then using the ability whenever you feel like. This actually activates when you slap it down on the bench. You may activate the ability and you can discard any stadium in play. So a little bit worse than Marshadow. It also is not ever going to be attacking anytime soon. It also has a 2 retreat cost, but on the other hand, you will need this if you are afraid of Path to the Peak. And if Path to the Peak ever becomes like a mainstay in a lot of tier 1 decks, Shadow Galarian will have to adapt and slide in one of these cute looking Pumpkaboos. And also you can reuse the effect if you use Scoop Up Net as a little side bonus. Number 19 is going to be Glaceon VMAX. Glaceon VMAX on the surface, you might think, ooh, it has a metal weakness. Oh, Zacian's gonna destroy it and all that. Well, don't you worry about Zacian all too much, or any other metal Pokemon for that matter, because we have the Snow Leaf badge, which is a tool card that actually makes sure you have 0 retreat and no weakness onto your Glaceon VMAX or Leafeon VMAX. So you can get rid of your weakness, you can get rid of your retreat cost, but more importantly, the Crystal Veil ability of Glaceon VMAX makes this card super busted. Do you remember Zamazenta V? Well, the exact same ability as implemented here prevents all damage done to this Pokemon from attacks from your opponent's VMAX Pokemon. So that means this guy is immune from VMAXs, and if we've seen a lot in the format that VMAXs are everywhere, think about Eternatus VMAX, think about Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX, Victini VMAX, a lot of VMAXs in the format, and you are completely immune to that. So I know people could be playing some answers, so that's why it's only on the number 19 spot. Path to the Peak shuts it down, so it's a little bit eh. Also stuff, what else did shut down the Glaceon VMAX? Yeah, Phoebe. You can use Phoebe and just go through this guy, although you will need to go for a one-shot, so that's a little bit more difficult. And you can set this guy up with either Melanie, you can be using the Frostmoth, you could be using the Frostlass, so lots of options for water energy acceleration for sure. And you slap 150 damage to the active and 30 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Without Mew in the format, that could be stacking up, and you can get yourself some KOs because you might have that additional 30 damage on a Pokemon. Like, for instance, you use 30 damage on the Crobat V, and then you boss it up with Max Icicle and then knock it out. That's something you could be doing. And not only that, you have Glaceon V with the Ice Ascension. If you go second, you can evolve instantly into Glaceon VMAX, or you can be relying on the Vigor Shake item card, which you can use on your very first turn, going first, evolving Glaceon V into Glaceon VMAX, so you instantly have protection against VMAX Pokemon. Probably will not be using the Vigor Shake for that, but it's just something cool I implemented in here. So yeah, Glaceon VMAX. I wonder if it's going to be having an impact. For now, I think number 19 if we look at Japanese tournaments whatsoever. So, number 18, Garbodor VMAX. The trash Pokemon is back, and coming out of the pits of the trash can as Trash Hoarding. This Pokemon can have up to 2 tool cards attached to it, very similar to Lost Thunder Genesect GX, I think it was. Back in the day, you can also have 2 tool cards, and there's a lot of tool cards to you want to check out, like Rugged Helmet. If a Pokemon attacks you and you have 2 Rugged Helmets, they have to return 2 energies attached to that Pokemon, so that could be a very nice tempo reduction for the opponent. Big Charm, you can have 2 Big Charms, that means you can have up to 390 freaking HP. Very tanky, you could be using Cheryl to heal that off. Also, its attack, G-Max Stink, and slaps 120 to the active. And your opponent's active is now poisoned and can retreat during their opponent's next turn. So that means you can use Toxicroak for additional poison wreckage damage. And the addition of multiple tool cards is definitely going to be something we can use. Maybe another tool drop Pokemon comes out and then Garbodor VMAX instantly becomes very good. For now on the number 18 spot. And also there's a new tool card with the Underworld Mask. If this is equipped to one of your Pokemon and he gets damaged, you can actually discard a card from your opponent's hand. So with 2 of these, it's going to be crazy. Moving forward, number 17, Duraludon VMAX. The good news is we have a Duraludon V from Champions Pad. I don't know if you remember that because the set was actually not too good except for a couple of exceptions like Altaria. But Duraludon V is a metal type in the Champions Pad set, which means we can go for Metal Saucers to set up a Duraludon V and then evolve it into the Dragon type Duraludon VMAX. Dragon types have no weakness in the game, super duper nice. They also have no resistance, but that doesn't matter too much. But you have 0 weakness. That means I don't know a lot of Pokemon that can slap for 330 damage post rotation. Maybe Rayquaza can do that, but not a lot of other Pokemon can. And you also have the Skyscraper ability, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon from your opponent's Pokemon that have any special energies. Think about Rapid Strike energy, Capture energy, Speed Lightning energies if people are still playing those. There's a lot of special energies still in the format. Aurora energy is also a huge one. So as soon as they have a special energy on, sorry, we are immune from damage. Super nice. And also we have G-Max Pulverization 220, which is actually going to any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So you can slap through Decidueyes, you can slap through stuff like the Glaceon, the aforementioned Glaceon VMAX, you can slap through Altarias, it doesn't matter. So a lot of anti-meta hate here. So you can just go through any effect with G-Max Pulverization, slapping a huge 220, enough to two-shot most, what am I saying? To two-shot anything in the game. And also, you can one-shot, basic V Pokemon like Zacian, for example. So, Duraludon, number 17 spot. I think there's still a lot of better cards out there, but still a very solid card nevertheless. And, deserves to be here on the 20 best cards list. Number 16, Raihan. Yes, this is a very cool supporter. Reminds me a lot of Rosa. You can only play this if one of your Pokemon got knocked out during your opponent's last turn. So, Typically, you would only play it in one prize deck so you can get the most advantage out of the Raihan supporter, because if you're playing VMAXs, the game is, you can only use it once, because if a VMAX gets knocked out, another VMAX is knocked out, the game's already over. So this is going to be useful in stuff like the Decidueye. You can scout it out with Inteleon if you're playing Decidueye Inteleon. That means you can get it whatever you feel like, and then you can choose one basic energy from your discard pile and attach it to one of your Pokemon. So energy acceleration, and then search your deck for any one card. So super strong supporter. Also, as a little niche bonus, so as I was saying, you can get rare candy and energy acceleration to your Decidueye, so you can get more aggressive version of Decidueye, which is cool. But also, I think this could be interesting as a one-off in Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX decks. As mentioned, if you're playing the Drizzle and Inteleon engine, you can get that card whenever you feel like, and then you can get a GMAX Rapid Flow back-to-back or something like that. If your Urshifu VMAX goes down, you can actually use the Raihan, which is something I really like. So Raihan here, number 16 spot. Number 15 goes to Regidrago. I have a personal close friend. If you're watching this, yeah, Regidrago, Jonah, that's your card right here. A one prize Pokemon slapping 240 damage. Count me in. I've been a huge fan of Baby Blacephalon when that was in our format. I've been playing that non-stop, and I loved being able to uptrade. This is going to be the same thing. Also, ADP is gone, so one prizers will have it a little bit more easy, I think. And yeah, the 130 damage is also well appreciated, because GMAX Rapid Flow doesn't knock it out. So what can you do? Let's say you go first, you set up a Cherubi on the bench, you set up a Regidrago. You can also search it out with a new Stadium card, which we're going to be talking about very shortly in this video. So what you do, attach a Fire Energy and use Cherrim, its Spring Blossom ability, to just accelerate Grass energies, and out of nowhere on the second turn, 240, boom. Super strong damage output. I know if this guy goes down, you have to set up another one. But you can go for Raihan. Raihan can accelerate the fire energy from the discard pile, and that's going to be cool for sure. Or you can rely on the Aurora energy, or even EXP share. So lots of options available, but 240 is very strong. I know it actually slaps 20 less damage for every damage counter on this Pokemon, but it will be one-shotted regardless. So that means Regidrago is just slapping 240, 240. You can even, if you get damage, you can use Scoop Up Net. I don't know if you would be playing that, but just trying to make a consistent Regidrago. You also have Tapu Bulu, which also is able to punish things that are weak to grass, for example, Galarian Moltres V and stuff. So I think this will be a fun tier 2 one prize archetype. Definitely very cool to see here. And also having no weakness is super nice. Moving forward, number 14. Ludicolo! Yeah, Mirror B, if you remember that from Colosseum. I love Ludicolo, and this time around, the Energetic Dance. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may use this ability. During this turn, the attacks of your basic Pokemon do 100 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So, ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That's 100 more damage. I know it's a stage 2, but we can cheat that into play with Lombre, with the top entry ability. Just use Oranguru, put a Lombre on top of the deck, and then if it's your turn again, you can slap it into play, cheat evolutions like that, and just evolve into a Ludicolo. Being able to slap 100 more damage will put Zacian's V damage output all the way to 330 damage. You don't even need Rusted Sword to knock out most VMAXs in the game. And that's going to be very cool. This is going to be an archetype I'm definitely going to be looking forward to making. The top entry Oranguru, yeah, combination with, of course, the Lumbra is something I do love. You can also make a very consistent list with some Crobats and Rare Candy. Try to evolve into Ludicolo with Rare Candy and slap a lot of damage. Not only that, Zacian can just go after 2 prize bench sitters, as we already know it is strong. So, and also, if you're playing Oranguru, you can use Primate Wisdom to put energies on top of the deck, so you ensure an Intrepid Sword going successfully strong. If you haven't noticed, I'm very hyped for Ludicolo. So number 14 here, because it's still a stage 2, and the format is very fast right now. Number 13, Altaria. There seems to be a lot of great Altaria cards being printed nowadays. So this has an ability, Luring Search, and will allow you to actually make a new engine. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a supporter card and yeah, put it on top of the deck. So Tapu Lele GX, who's in, it's not in the hand, but it's on top of the deck. But with Oranguru, you can get that supporter. With Chinchino, you can get that supporter. With the new Suicune, which we're going to talk about soon, you can get that. So getting the boss for game, no problem. Oh, I'm breaking, getting research on top. No, and this is going to be a cool engine to test out. And you also have Level Ball. So Altaria luckily has 90 HP, so Level Ball works for this fella as well. So very cool, Altaria. Number 12, Stormy Range. This is a stadium card resembling Brooklet Hill. Remember Brooklet Hill getting fighting and water types? Stormy Range getting Lightning and Dragon types. So it's going to be good to be a Flaaffy deck. We're going to be talking about Flaaffy very shortly. But with this, you can search out your basic Lightning Pokemon. Think about Mareep, your Zeraora V, your Bolton V, whatever you want. You can get it, your Lightning basic Pokemon. Or your basic Dragon Pokemon. Get your Rayquaza V, get your Regidrago if you're playing a Regidrago deck. And this is going to be strong because there's no Kydex well. So this will be maybe a 2 count or a 3 count as a way in addition to the quick ball. So you have Stormy Range, the quick balls, and even some level balls. And out of nowhere, your deck is super consistent. You can get all your Pokemon out on the first turn. It's going to be fantastic. Moving forward. Number 11, Jolteon VMAX. Yeah, Stormy Range also works for Jolteon V. The Jolteon VMAX is here because it has free retreat and Mew from Unbroken Bonds is gone, so the bench is no longer safe. And that's what I love about this card. Jolteon VMAX slaps 100 damage and 100 more damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon that already has a damage counter onto it. So you use Galarian Zigzagoon. You just slap damage on one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, and you go for max Thunderclap, 100 on the active, 100 to an opponent's bench Pokemon. Very cool, right? If they have weak HP Pokemon like Galarian Zigzagoons, Jirachi from Vivid Voltage, Sobbles, you can just go crazy, knock out a lot of stuff. And also, I think the Inteleon line is weak to Lightning, which also helps on top of that. You can use Cheryl because this can be used for a single energy if we rely on the Elemental Badge, a tool card coming in Evolving Skies. If you put that onto your Jolteon V or VMAX, your energy requires 1 card's energy less. So that means 1 lightning energy. Just play some speed lightning energies. You just draw cards. You just need 1 energy to use max Thunderclap if you have that elemental badge. And you can use Cheryl because if you get damage, use Cheryl, you attach again, boom. I love this archetype. There's going to be a lot of cool archetypes that we're going to be making videos of. So be sure you are subscribed. So if you haven't already. So if you enjoy what you see, be sure to let me know by destroying the hell out of the like button. I put hours into this video. So hopefully you guys are appreciating the knowledge and input of Evolving Skies here. So Jolteon VMAX looks very cool. Also, I should note is that a lot of these alternate art Eeveelutions will be excluded from this set. So it's going to be, yeah, we'll have to figure it out if they come in a collection box or not. But I'm putting it in here regardless. Number 10, Vigor Shake. Yeah, this is an item card that everybody got like crazed about when it first got revealed. What you can see here is when you play this card, your turn ends. That sounds bad, right? But if you go first, your turn automatically ends. You cannot play supporters or attack. So just play this and just try to evolve instantly, because search your deck for a card that evolves from one of your Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon to evolve it. Then shuffle your deck and you can use this card during your first turn or on a Pokemon that put it into play this turn. So Wally, that means it can evolve into Galarian Weezing, have a first turn energy ability block. That's insane. Or a first turn Draco Fish, how about that? Primal Law, that means the rest of the game the opponent is not able to evolve unless they gust up the Draco Fish. Or a first turn Altaria, so lots of crazy options with the Vigor Shake. And people are thinking it's going to be banned and expanded because of stuff like Trevenant and stuff. But hey, I'm putting it here on the number 10 spot because I'm only thinking about Standard right now. Number 9, Rescue Trolley. This is like a rescue stretcher on steroids, but for a 90 HP Pokemon or less. So choose up to 2 Pokemon with 90 HP or less from your discard pile, reveal them, and put them into the hand. That means you can get back your Drizzle and Sobble, you can get your Mad Party Pokemon back, you can get your Weepinbell back, your Sablazzle back, your Whimsicott if you're still playing that. So this is going to be a cool card if you're playing a budget deck, or if you want to have that one-off to get your back, your Chinchino's line or your Drizzle. Very, very cool for sure. A very strong card, but only for 90 HP Pokemon or less. Number 8, the Galarian Birds. I cheated a little bit. I put them all in here because they actually are very good. They all have the ability, if you slap them down on the bench, you can accelerate 2 energies that are resembling the type of the card, and from the hand to it. So if you slap down Galarian Articuno, you get 2 psychic energies from your hand that you are able to attach instantly into Galarian Articuno. Super strong, and Shadow Calyrex VMAX decks with Alcremie, because you can get so many energies into play with that. And also, you're able to slap 120 damage as a snipe attack with the Psychic Laser. Super strong. Galarian Zapdos is able to paralyze opponents, although people are still playing a lot of Switch cards in their deck. Having Fighting Energy Acceleration finally with Energy Switch is going to be huge. And Galarian Moltres put some extra Darkness energies into play. So they all have their niche uses. I think the best one out of the bunch should be Galarian Articuno, just because it works so well in Shadow Calyrex VMAX decks to boost your damage output, get more energies into play with your Alcremie VMAX. And Galarian Moltres, we already have a Galarian Moltres VMAX. Actually, Galarian Moltres V, which also does the job from the discard pile. So we'll see if this actually will see play. Moving forward, number 7, Sylveon VMAX. This time around, the fairies have died off and they have turned into the psychic type. This is a rapid strike card, which means you can use a rapid strike energy to attack with it. And the ribbon badge is a tool card, allowing it to give up one last prize card. So this turns into a 2-prizer, the VMAX. And the regular Sylveon V can actually get an item from the deck if you end your turn. So if you use the ability, you can get any card you want from an item card and just end your turn. And the ribbon badge makes it the 1-prizer. So this is going to be cool because of the max harmony, 70 damage and 30 more for each different type of Pokemon on your bench. So you can, let's say, you have Urshifu as a fighting type, you have Galarian Moltres as a darkness type, you can have, or maybe a Crobat as a darkness type, and maybe an Oranguru, Primate Wisdom as a normal type. So just get yourself a lot of different types. Let's say you have 5 different types onto your bench. That means you slap 150 plus 70, that's 220, super strong damage output for sure. And this is going to be for a 2-prizer if you have the ribbon badge equipped. Moving forward, number 6, Medicham V. This is another card I'm very hyped about because it actually brings extra dimension to place with Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. The Yoga Loop is where it's at. Being able to use that for a Rapid Strike energy. This is a Rapid Strike card. Put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. If your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by that damage at the end of your turn, you can take another turn and you cannot loop this again. So you cannot use another Yoga Loop during the if you use one during your last turn. So that means, little example, you have Inteleon Quick Shooting, you just spread some damage around, you have GMAX Rapid Flow, and out of nowhere, you use Medicham, knock out a Crobat, with of course the Yoga Loop, then it's back to your turn. Yeah, let's just figure that out. You have the Telescopic Sight or Passimian on your bench, you use GMAX Rapid Flow, you slap 150 damage onto a Crobat V or something. I'm just giving an example here. You use Quick Shooting, the Crobat turns into 170 HP damage onto it. Then you use Yoga Loop, you knock out the Crobat V. It's your turn again, so you have 2 turns. Crazy. You can take in prize cards. You can take maybe all your prize cards with that if you can get back-to-back GMAX Rapid Flows and stuff. Medicham as a one-off, and yeah, Rapid Strike Urshifu V Max Dex is definitely going to be so cool. Intelligent players or yeah, people know what they're doing. The setting up KOs is going to be fantastic with this card. Moving forward, number 5, going for Leafeon VMAX. Luckily, we still have Galarian. Absol will have been rotated, so we're going to only have Galarian to boost the retreat cost of the opponent. You will need Tool Jammer for the annoying air balloons will be everywhere because there's no longer Tandem Shock, so people will be running more copies of Air Balloon, which means Tool Jammer will be necessary for Leafeon VMAX. And also you have a Leafeon V with the greening cells, being able to accelerate a grass energy from your deck instantly to one of your Pokemon and your turn ends. So you always want to go first with Leafeon V, get that first turn energy acceleration, and out of nowhere, Grass Knot slaps 60 damage for every retreat energy in your opponent's retreat cost. So that means, let's say you're up against Eternatus with a retreat cost of 3. Then Galarian comes into fruition, that's 5, a retreat cost of 5. And that means you're actually slapping so much damage, 300 damage. 60 damage times the number of energies in your opponent's retreat cost. So very significant damage output for only 2 energies, and you're having energy acceleration with Leafeon V. Sounds pretty good to me. Sounds pretty good to me. And also, as a side bonus, you hit weakness against Galarian Moltres V. So that's also super strong. So Leafeon VMAX on the number 5th spot. Number 4, also, I should let you guys know is that Welder will have been rotated, so not a lot of fire will be in the format. If there is fire, it's going to be a Victini VMAX, but that's the only thing you need to worry about. Moving forward, number 4. Suicune, yes, Suicune V, the legendary Johto dog, Swift Runner. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active slot, you can draw a card. As we've learned with Zoroark GX, with Chinchino, with Shadow Rider, drawing cards is insane. There's also stacks, so let's say you're playing Escape Rope, Air Balloon, switches. You can have a lot of Suicunes drawing a lot of cards from your deck. You also have Melanie to set this guy up, and the Blizzard Rondo actually slaps 20 damage base, plus 20 more for each bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. Let's say your opponent has 5 bench Pokemon, you have 5 bench Pokemon. That's already crazy damage output. 220 damage output for 2 energies with Melanie in the format and Echoing Horn, making sure you can slap down Pokemon on your opponent's bench. Ridiculous. Also pairs really well with the new Altaria we talked about, so you can get any supporter you want. You want to have Boss Zoras on top, you have it. You can draw it with Swift Runner. That means this is some sort of like Zoroark GX a little bit, because with so much damage output, you slap a lot of Suicunes on your bench, some Swablues, you get whatever supporter you want, you draw it out of your deck, and with some Echoing Horns, the opponent has a full bench, bam, and you can use Boss Zoras to go after Evolving V Pokemon. I like Suicune, and it's also going to be a nice implementation into Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX decks. Number 3, Rayquaza VMAX. Yeah, you thought this was gonna be number one, right? But it still needs to prove itself a little bit. In Japan, it hasn't been that successful, but people just grab to other decks. I don't know what the reason about that is, and also I'm very confused on how Rayquaza VMAX is a rapid strike as it one-hit KOs people. So we have Blue Sky Search. It has a busted ability. Once during our turn, we can discard our hand, draw 3 cards. This also stacks. Let's say you got 3 Rayquaza VMAXs out, you can draw your entire deck basically and ensure you have the Bossasaurus for game. So crazy ability. So for the ability alone, it will be high up on the list, but max burst, 20 damage, and discard any number of fire energy or lightning energy attached to this Pokemon. This attack does 80 more damage for every energy discarded in this way, which means if you use Flaaffy, which we're going to be talking about up next, you can accelerate lightning energies until your heart's content. It's like the Lightning Malamar or the new Dynamo or Electric, or are there any energy accelerations that I'm forgetting about? So Flaaffy able to get that out with Level Ball. We're going to talk about that very shortly, but Rayquaza with 4 energies were one-shots most of the meta. So let's say you have a fire energy and then you have 3 lightning energies. That's gonna be 80 times 4. Boom. Get them out of your side. 320, that's crazy. 340 damage actually. So you 1-hit KO even Eternatus VMAX. You can use Rose as extra energy acceleration. Let's say people just use GMAX Rapid Flows on your Flaaffys. Maybe play some Rose, because it doesn't matter if your hand is empty, you can re-establish your hand with the Blue Sky Search. So we can energy acceleration with Rose, Flaaffy, use the Stormy Range to set up Rayquazas. I like Rayquaza, and I'm definitely going to be testing it out on the channel. Number 3, and as mentioned, number 2, Flaaffy. Flaaffy is going to be the new Dynamotor, having the exact same stats like the Electric from Noble Victories. I've played that a lot back in the days. And as you can see here, you can get it out with Level Ball. You can get, of course, energies onto your Bolton with the Bolt Storm slapping more damage. You can go for maybe Zeraora V. With Zeraora V and a Rapid Strike energy, you can set it up instantly, going back-to-back Zeraora party. You have Rayquaza VMAX, of course, which we talked about, to one-hit KO opposing VMAX Pokemon. Flaaffy is just strong. We saw that Malamar saw insane amount of play with, of course, the what set was it again? Forbidden Light when it came out, and then it saw 2 years of play. While Flaaffy expects the same things for Flaaffy. This is just a good ability in the TCG, and with a retreat cost of 2, you can just get an air balloon onto this guy, having free retreat because you can only accelerate lightning energies on the bench. Then what is the number 1 card? What is the number 1 card? Are you guys ready? It is ta-ta! Umbreon VMAX. Hear me out. I know that this is very similar to Lycanroc GX back in the days of Guardians Rising with the Bloodthirsty Eyes. Exact same ability. If you evolve into Umbreon VMAX, you can drag one of your opponent's bench Pokemon all the way to the active position. Super solid, because that's usually the way games end. Oh, do you have boss for game? Oh, sorry, I don't have boss for game, I lose the game. So Bossasaurus is just so implemented in winning games. Having this as an ability is super strong. You can just use Eternatus VMAX with an Umbreon VMAX engine, and out of nowhere, you don't longer need boss in hand. You can just dig with Research, Crobat, and just find Umbreon VMAX, evolve into it, and Gust. Also, this is a single strike card, which means you can go for Houndoom and make Umbreon VMAX as a main attacker, because Max Darkness slaps 160 damage, with of course single strike energies are requiring you to just slap more damage. That means you can slap 180. If you have 3 rapid strike energies, actually single strike energies on here, you can slap 220, knocking out Zacians. Super strong, and also when Gengar VMAX comes out in a collection box, also very nice to pair it with that. What else can we see is that Victini VMAX. Do you remember? Oh, I'm playing for boss. I need the boss for Victini VMAX victory. Well, just play Umbreon, man. Just go for Umbreon Victini VMAX engine and just you have more bosses than ever before. And the only thing you need is like a Victini in the active slot, attach of the turn, and then slapping an Umbreon V down on the bench. And to the opponent's turn, it's back to your turn. Crobat, Research. Oh, here's Umbreon VMAX. Poof, you Gust, and that's how cool it is. This is not my number 1 pick for Evolving Skies. Let me know in the comment section what you feel about Evolving Skies. Is this the set you're looking forward to? Are you looking for Eeveelutions? Are you looking for Rayquaza? What is your favorite card from the set? Be sure to let me know in the comment section below. Anyhow, have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. If you enjoy what you see and you want to see more, be sure to subscribe, because I'm posting daily Pokemon TCG content on this channel. You don't want to miss out. And also be sure to destroy the hell out of the like button. I put a lot of time and effort into this one. And be sure to check out our sponsors. If you're looking for TCGO code cards, go check out PotownStore.com. They have everything covered, from promo codes to the latest booster packs you want on TCGO online. Just use the coupon code ZapDosTCG and get 5% off your next order. Maybe you're looking for Eternatus promo card. Maybe you are looking for Chilling Reign promo cards. For instance, there's a lot of cards you can get very nice and easily over at Poketown Store for your TCGO account. Then also go check out cardmarket.com if you're a European player. You can buy and sell cards to people all across Europe, including physical products. So if you're a European player, definitely check it out. They have cool prices. And last but not least is yourplaymat.com. Yourplaymat is actually a very cool sponsor because you can actually make your own custom playmat on that website. Definitely suggest everyone checking it out. If you click the link in the description right now, you get 10% off your complete order on your playmat. And yeah, what better way to just play the new season than with a new custom playmat. And yeah, if you go over the website, as you can see, it's going to be nice and easily to just make your own custom playmat. The only thing you need to do is click start here. After clicking the link in the description, so you have 10% off, and you can just get your own wallpaper. Maybe you design something yourself, and then they ship worldwide, and boom, off you go. You get yourself a very cool playmat. Anyhow, have yourself a fantastic rest every day. I'll see you guys tomorrow with more Pokemon TCG epicness. I'm out. Peace.